What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and then about halfway through the show, we're doing a bit of weird news. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mean. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Conor. We're continuing the trend of talking about trailers, about a week after they came out.
Yeah, this is going to be an issue once again in that when we record this, it's before the trailer dropped. But the trailer dropped, but the trailer we're talking about is Thunderbolts, and it dropped, I think, 4:30 on the Monday, along with the Gladiator trailer, which we were also going to be talking about, dropped on Monday. But we don't record this on a Monday, so that's an issue.
Busy on Mondays.
Yeah, I have to go to work.
Yeah, so... Well, look, the upside is we've had all week to think about our thoughts on both trailers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people want, a week-long thought on a trailer.
Yes. Just assessing what other people have said and
I think the people on YouTube are ruining it for us because they do all the red hot news and they have like red arrows and circles and stuff, and we're like a week later and we're just like, hey guys, we think this is all right, and I don't think that's... maybe we should call the whole thing off. We would just leave it.
What if we just talked as friends and didn't record it? What about that? What about that, Conor? Oh, no? It's a hard no?
No, it's a hard no.
Interesting.
I'm also going to email you no.
You don't have to. Like, you've said it now and I know it.
Or that friendship stuff. No.
Uh-huh. Oh, let me click into this. Oh, it says no. You hate to see it.
So if this is your first episode, you don't have to do anything. If it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share, whatever way you want to support the show. That would be absolutely amazing. As I always say, the 5 stars on Spotify still creeping up. It's really cool to see.
Say that.
On iTunes as well. So if you do see one of those little ratings, just click on it. Doesn't cost anything. It takes 2 seconds. And if you do really want to leave a comment, you can do that on the Spotify now. It's down below. I like seeing all the people making comments, just talking about dumb shit. Normally making fun of us about stuff that we've said and done. But yeah, that's really cool. And then lastly, you can support the show. We have a Patreon, which are a bunch of where there's like a load of exclusive content, a load of just extra episodes, bonus episodes of movie reviews.
Yeah, just over the weekend we put out our Constantine review, 2005's Keanu Reeves-led Constantine movie. And not to spoil too much, I think we had a good time with it. I was as surprised as anyone, but I think we did have a good time with it. I think aside from the lead actor, it's a good movie.
Oh, harsh. Oh my God, here we go. We're going to get Keanu people in there because they really don't like that.
Nothing against him. He's just miscast.
So we did release the Constantine review, but the deal is over on the Patreon is every single month we release a movie review, and the patrons basically send in recommendations, so they choose what movies we review. So if you want to get in on that, you can click on the link down below. It's the price of 1 coffee a month, and you basically get to tell us whatever the fuck you want us to do, and we can review those movies. It's absolutely fine.
Not whatever the fuck you want us to do.
Well, no, Shaun especially, but like he'll do whatever.
Oh yeah, I'll do genuinely for the right price. I can be bought.
What's your cut-off?
You know what? It's probably further than you think.
And the price you'll do it for is probably lower than you think.
That's 20 quid. I'll do it.
Murder.
And that's 40. Come on.
I have a price, Conor. How dare
I have standards.
Oh, sorry, I apologise. So, Shaun, it is time to get into some movie news. As I said, halfway through, we're going to weird news. So if you're only here for the weird news, there's a timestamp down below. Shaun will put it in, I assume. And if he doesn't, make a comment and let me know. Every time he's forgotten or remembered, I haven't kept up. But, Shaun, we're going to start off the movie news segment of the show with the Thunderbolts trailer, a full 6 days after it was released.
I mean, yeah, it's late, but I think this is a good trailer.
So, if anyone doesn't know about what the Thunderbolts are, Shaun, how would you describe the Thunderbolts to maybe somebody who doesn't really read the comics about them?
Imagine the Suicide Squad, but Marvel. It's a bunch. Now they're not all like on death row, but they're a bunch of people who toe the line between hero and villainy, doing covert ops that like, for publicity reasons, the Avengers can't do in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and so it's been kind of built up over the last few years, in that you do have a lot of side characters that they've kind of brought in. So it's a really unique idea for the movie, that you kind of just don't have a big hero. You've got a load of side characters, which is what the Suicide Squad tried and failed the first time, but the second time did really well.
Yeah, my issue with this is that, like, a lot of these characters, one, have the same power set. They're all super soldiers or super spies. Yeah. Oh, and then we never really got a lot of time to know a lot of them. Like, a lot of them were introduced in, like, the third act of their respective film. Like,
the only one, look, so what the trailer kind of really delves into is the fact that they've made the absolute right and only call they could have done, in which they based the movie around Florence Pugh and her Yelena.
Which is, out of the last phase of Marvel, probably the strongest character that's actually emerged.
Exactly.
Which I think might solely be due to Florence Pugh's acting skills.
The fact that Florence Pugh is like one of the best actors in the world. Yeah, that probably, they got her in early and they have her locked in. Yeah, so let her do whatever the fuck she wants. But that her character is probably the best one they could have done it around. And the minute the trailer started, I was like, oh, this is the right way to do this.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of jokey moments in this trailer, but I don't think it's going to be a jokey movie. I think it's going to be more straight, it's not going to be the Winter Soldier, but it's going to be like the Winter Soldier, I think, tone-wise.
I mean, how early on is Sebastian Stan going evil, is the question?
Oh, like, almost straight away, I would say. Because he's like a senator or something at the start of this. And I'm assuming Val can reactivate the Winter Soldier protocols that they spent so long taking out of him.
Yeah, okay. And so, I mean, the big question that everyone has, right? Also, really long trailer. It's like over 3 minutes long.
As a teaser, yeah, weird.
Very strange. But my question to you, Shaun, is that Marvel have been on a bit of a hot streak lately. They're knocking it out of the ballpark every single movie. They're killing it. And you've said that
Agatha's good.
Apparently it is. And look, that's cool. Fair play to them.
Yeah. Right? As the first one with serious showrunners on board. Good to know.
Yes. That's a good point. So as the first series that they've actually planned, fucking hell, this is actually... This seems good.
So far.
What kind of a plot twist was this we weren't expecting? But Shaun... They haven't been doing that great. I take back everything I said. It was obviously sarcasm. Shaun, is this going to be this is the comeback? This is the one they're bringing back.
I don't know if it's a comeback, because this entire thing feels reactionary to the fact that Suicide Squad was a successful movie. I don't think, because there's nothing... I don't like being this guy, but there's nothing in the lore of what's going on right now in this phase of the movies that necessitates the Thunderbolts getting involved.
See, you said the word lore though, so it's tough to take you seriously, isn't it?
I know. But it's... do you get me though? It's like, they're just making a Thunderbolts movie because they have a property called Thunderbolts. True. And team-ups with popular actors and faces on posters sell seats.
And also they have Florence Pugh and they're like, we should really use this character before she does like Dune 3.
That's it, before she wins all of the Oscars.
Exactly. So
then we have to pay her more.
Let's do it here. We also have David Harbour before he does like Stranger Things 97 or whatever.
Yeah. Don't love that. I don't love that Red Guardian character. I think that wears thin. I would like him to be sadder and less jokey.
But I don't know if sadder and less jokey works in this environment.
I don't know. Could do.
But you can't have him be sad and less jokey, and Sebastian Stan's Winter Soldier, but he's also now jokey.
He's got little quips every now and again, and I like them from him. Because he had that as Bucky in like the first Avenger.
Do you know who I was really excited to see in this trailer was Wyatt Russell. Because as US agent, because I just think we watched Winter Soldier and what's it called?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was the full name, yeah. Terrible series, just really bad. But one of the worst villains anyone's ever put to screen. But Wyatt Russell in that got a lot of hate. I think he's really good as that role, as Shithouse.
I think he's perfectly cast as a shithouse Captain America impersonator. He's perfectly cast as John Walker.
He's a very punchable face.
Yeah,
so
he's
you're like,
meant to be unlikable, and it's tough to play that.
And it's really tough, and he does it really, really well. I'm very excited to see more of that character in this world. I think, the only thing that will let this movie down is that it probably won't have too much knock-on effects to anything. There's also the Sentry is in this trailer, played by newcomer Bob Lewis Pullman.
Yeah, look, I've come to terms with the fact they're going to mess up the Sentry.
It's a different Sentry, I assume.
It's like they're just going to do... There's a version of the Sentry that is like a meth addict who drank a serum trying to get high. I think it's going to be that version rather than, oh, he was the greatest hero of all time and everyone forgot him, and then in real life everyone forgot him as well, and then they discovered all these old drawings in a box. I think they'll just do, oh, he might be a lunatic or he might be Superman. I think they'll run with that version of it.
And look, I think that's probably good though, because they kind of need something different for this team, because you have Taskmaster, you have Ghost.
Hate that Taskmaster skull, by the way. It looks so dumb.
The good bit about the Ghost, when Ghost turns invisible, catches the knife and throws it. Love that. That's perfect use of that powers. I think, it's, as you said, it's a very similar team. They all have very similar skill sets, so maybe the Sentry will offset that by just being Superman and just being like full on, like, is he good or bad?
He's their powerhouse, yeah. Sebastian Stan said that in this movie he's like Jack Nicholson's character in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where he's like the one who rallies all the weirdos together.
Right.
Which, I like that role for Bucky. I just don't know where any of that fits in this movie, which I'm not quite sure what the goal is going to be, you know?
And look, I think actually watching this, I was like, I'm going to view this in the same way that I viewed the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, in that it doesn't have to have any knock-on effects. Just do a fun movie for 2 hours. That's a fun little adventure that doesn't have to link to anything, and I'll be very happy. Just let's have a bit of crack for like 2 hours, because they have been actually going the opposite way, in that all of these movies have to be linked together and setting up the big multiverse stuff and all that. So we can't also shit on them if they're like, let's just do a movie. Which
the Thunderbolts as like a Black Ops group is kind of perfect for that, because ideally no one hears about that mission ever again. It's just this little Black Ops thing that they all go off into.
I think they're also probably going to have to release a different trailer to kind of introduce more people. Like, I think this one's focused on obviously Yelena, but I do think you probably have to delve into maybe Taskmaster and also Ghost. Otherwise, they're just kind of Killer Croc in the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you need to see what they've been up to since they last showed up, especially Taskmaster, who, like, you know, heavily connected to Yelena Belova and Natasha Romanoff. Like, there's got to be some conflict there.
I hope that this, and look, I mean, I'm going to say this is a very big thing. I hope it's similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's a big ask, Connor.
I hope it's similar to one of the best Marvel movies ever.
One of the best Marvel movies, one of your favourite movies of all time.
I mean, no, I meant like as in the first Guardians, where nothing is connected to anything else. Right?
Yeah.
We just meet all these characters for the first time. I understand that all of these characters that we're seeing have been in other projects, but just do a version where they're just all talking. It's very insular. Whatever happens to these 6 or 7 happens to these 6 or 7. They overcome a problem, have the big fight scene at the end, but it doesn't relate to anything else. And I think that's actually fine. Let's just, like, they don't have to solve a world-ending problem. They could just punch some people.
There is a chance that the Sentry is the world-ending problem here.
I don't want the world-ending problem, though.
There's a chance that this movie ends with everyone getting their mind wiped and forgetting the Sentry.
Okay, I mean, I suppose, but there's no way they're beating the Sentry.
No, not this team. Not most teams.
Actually, not most teams. Like, no, I don't, not to be like, well, actually, they wouldn't beat the Sentry. I'm like, well, if your character is Superman and your other people are just people who are good at kung fu, then I'm going to think the Superman is going to kick the shit out of them.
Sentry has the power of 10 million exploding suns. That's what it's called.
It's literally his powers.
Like, what are we doing? Let's not pretend. Let's not be polite here and they could stand a chance. No. He's a killer.
Yeah, he's going to rip all their arms off and beat them to death. Now, Bucky wouldn't feel that, but he would beat him to death with his own arm.
How do you feel about the fact that Bucky washes his metal arm in a dishwasher?
It's a good little bit, a good little quip. That's perfect for a trailer. It's mentioned no more.
Yeah, that's perfect. Fine with me. I will say, Florence Pugh, very good hair in this as well.
Just strong hair.
Slicked back thing. It's good.
Strong hair from her. Yeah. I just... also, Sebastian Stan, he's got short now often. Also, he's playing Trump now with another thing, so good to see the long hair back.
Good to see the long hair back. I do like that. And it's like it's like corporate Bucky. It's great. It's good.
I don't really know in terms of the movie what else we can kind of talk about, because it as an idea, it's very much standalone, and so we can't have the thing of like, oh, but if they're in this, then what about this? It's not one of those. It just looks fun currently.
Yes, it looks as well like Val bought Avengers Tower. She's that mysterious buyer that we've been hearing about for fucking ages. And I do like when they all just show up in the room at the same time and all the doors close. That's great. I really like that. I hope that's an extended scene, because that shit's class. And they all fight each other, and then they all realise, oh, we were all called here to do the same job. Yeah. What's this about? Yeah. Do you think there's anyone... if we were like YouTubers, we would probably do a whole video right about now about who is Bob in this and explain the Sentry to everyone. Yeah. And it'd get 1 billion views and we'd be famous. But we came to this a week late. Yeah, that's true. But Shaun, who is Bob and what is the Sentry? But in under a minute, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's a supremely powerful character in Marvel Comics, but he also has an alternate version of himself called the Void, which, as strong as he is good, the Void is as strong but bad. And the only way to defeat the Void was to make everyone in the Marvel universe forget that the Sentry ever existed. So in the real world, his return was written as he was this like Silver Age hero, and he went on all these adventures, but then nobody remembers them. But then everyone remembers again because the Void comes back as soon as he does. Huh? There's a hero or zero on it. Pretty good. I think that was well under a minute as well. Well done. Efficiency. That's what I'm about. Efficiency. Now imagine it was a red arrow and a red circle in that video, and you are killing it, Shaun. That's easy. That's good stuff. Yeah. Oh, imagine a red arrow on this audio. That's what we're looking at. I'm a big YouTuber. You know what I mean? I'm the next big thing in the YouTube community. I'm going to click like and subscribe on that. We actually do have a YouTube. You tried to sync every podcast episode to it. And then we can't upload anything. I broke it then, yeah. We just get emails every so often saying, yeah, we can't do this, I'm sorry. I got overzealous, is what I would say. I logged in and I was like, well, not just to log it. It gave me a button that was like, would you like to import all 750 episodes at once? I was like, yeah, I would. And then very quickly realised that YouTube decided that it killed itself. It's like, cannot do that. Yeah, it just gave up. I think it did the first 50. And it was like, oh my God. To this day, it's still trying to do it. This was 2 or 3 months ago. Okay, we're going to move on to our next story, Shaun, and the Lantern series has found its Green Lantern in Kyle Chandler. That is Emmy winner Kyle Chandler is set to play the Green Lantern. I think it's Hal Jordan in the show. So we talked about it a few weeks ago that they were looking for Hal Jordans. They were offering it to everyone in Hollywood who was a white male who was 45. Yeah, they were shot, and turns out there's a few of them. There's actually quite a few of them, and they all said no. But Kyle Chandler has now said yes, and so if you don't know him, he's from Friday Night Lights, and Game Night. Game Night as well, I think. Yes. Is he the brother in Game Night?
He's one of those. They've also said that this Lanterns TV show, if you don't know, it's going to be a Green Lanterns TV show, and they have said it's going to be a gritty, true detective vibe as it focuses on Jordan reluctantly mentoring a young Lantern, John Stewart. Who in DC publishing history was one of the company's first black superheroes. So is it going to be like a racist thing, or is it just going to be like he's the new guy?
I don't think they'll do racist Hal Jordan, will they?
That's a bold strategy.
It's a wild move.
I want to remember the Titans kind of montage where they go into training together and then learn to love each other.
What they have here is they have the perfect setup for an inverted lethal weapon, Connor.
I was going to say an inverted training there, but please go on with the lethal weapon.
Both good. Kyle Chandler is too old for this shit. He's Danny Glover. And then whatever actor they cast for Jon Stewart is going to be Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
And he's a wild card. And he's a rookie.
But they're glad he's in their deck though.
100%.
Yeah.
You know it.
I mean, we talked that they were offering it to Josh Brolin, who passed on it. Chris Pine was offered
Jon
it.
Stewart.
No, not Josh Stewart. Josh Brolin was offered. He passed on it. Then you had Chris Pine. He passed on it. Ewan McGregor passed on it. But I think they were mostly just wishful thinking rather than actually offering it to them. And I think their agents probably kindly rejected the offer rather than probably didn't even get to those people. It was just like, well, maybe not. So Kyle Chandler's next up, a very good get for the series, a great actor, so this is going to be coming from Chris Mundy, who was involved in Ozark, and Damon Lindelof, who was involved in Watchmen and Lost, and so they are going to be the showrunners of this. They're driving it forward.
Showrunners, you say?
Showrunners, yes.
Outstanding.
They're going to do a thing where they're actually going to plan what happens, and then they're going to do what happens on the screen.
I don't know if that's going to work out.
This is a follow-on joke to, was it 2 weeks ago where we discovered that Disney Plus had been doing all the Marvel shows, but they had no showrunners for anything.
Yeah. And they were surprised that nothing was making sense.
And then their news was they announced that they were hiring a showrunner. And they were like, well, we're going to try this crazy fucking thing of showrunners then.
Look, guys, we like to take risks here at Disney.
An idea that every show has done for 50 years.
Yeah, you would say it's like the blueprint for how to make a show. Which
is even funnier because they created, like Kevin Feige is the showrunner of the Marvel movies. And then they did all the Disney Plus series. They were like, we don't need one, it's fine.
I think Kevin Feige's showrunner of Star Wars for some stuff as well. Like he's in charge of story or something.
I think he's definitely, because Disney are like, you're in everything now. You're good.
He's overworked.
I think he's overworked, yeah. So they are going to be driving this forward. Shaun, what do you think of this idea for a show as well? And Kyle Chandler being brought in.
I think it's good. We talked about this with the original like rumours of who's going to be Hal Jordan. I like the idea of an older Hal Jordan. He used to be hot shit and the coolest Green Lantern there is. And now he's getting on. He can't do what he used to do. Maybe it's more like a desk job that he's doing. And he's just like a disgruntled cop.
Because they are space cops, basically.
They are space. That's what the Lantern Corps is. But I do think I like him having already existed, you know? We're not doing Hal Jordan.
I love that idea that he's like a legendary hero, but maybe he's been coasting for quite a bit.
He's just riding on his like laurels.
Would you go so far to say that he's bad or he's just coasting? Like, is it like...
I think he's coasting.
Yeah, I think
he doesn't care about it anymore.
I don't like the idea that he's lost his way and he's started to do, like, dodgy shit, because I think you'll get a lot of pushback because people love Hal Jordan as a hero. So, I think instead you just do it that, like, he's been around a while. And I think it's actually probably more interesting for him to look at it like he's not who he was. Not that the job is bad, but he's, like, realising he now has some deficiencies. And that's like
I think there's a moment in this series, where he loses the ring because he loses like self-confidence and faith in himself.
Yeah. So and it's not that anybody has done anything bad to him. It's just
he's just shaken.
and
like maybe he makes a mistake
that he hasn't made, which is actually a very Hal Jordan thing to do. Like if you haven't seen the storyline Doom, or where the story or the movie Doom, the animated movie, was based off a comic book series in which basically Batman has come up with a contingency plan to take out all of the members of the Justice League. The bad guys find it and then they do them to each one of them. But Hal Jordan's one is that you basically create a situation where he can't win and somebody dies, and he doesn't get killed, he doesn't get beaten up, he just gives up the ring because the ring stops working because he loses faith in himself.
And then he's just a regular man.
And he gives up the ring because it's literally, you create a situation that no matter what action he takes, the children are going to die. So like so
it's unwinnable. It's a trolley problem.
It's a trolley, and then at the end of it, he's like, well, if I can't save them, I don't deserve this, and he takes off the ring. And that's how Batman was going to take him out. I really love that idea in this show, that like he is just like, there's a situation he fucked up, and he's just like, I don't even know if I deserve this anymore. And then you have Jon Stewart coming like, you're Hal Jordan. Like,
yeah, you're the best. You're the greatest one there is.
And he's like, well, I'm not actually that good, but like, and then
maybe he's left field work because he made a mistake. Like, and then John brings him back in.
Because he's like, it's all corrupt. Sinestro's leading it.
You think they're going to do the Sinestro turn?
I think Sinestro's definitely involved in this, and I think he's going to be he's going to be a lantern. And then he's going to be doing some dodgy shit. And Jon Stewart is like, you're doing dodgy shit. But nobody calls him out. So he has to go to Hal Jordan. Is like, nobody else believes me. I know that you've given up on everything. Come on, we need you back.
Yeah, listen, Hal, I know you're a man on the edge with nothing left to lose. But perhaps you consider fighting for good one last time.
Listen, Hal, I know you got crazy Mel Gibson hair. Right? I know you don't care if I die. I don't care if you die. But come on, we need you back. I'm too old for this shit.
So I'm genuinely, that's one of the projects I'm most looking forward to, weirdly, out of this new DCU stuff, is just a good fucking Lanterns TV show. Because there's never been a really good Lantern adaptation outside of like comics or animation.
Yeah, true. And also Kyle Chandler, I think, is a great get for the show. I think if you got someone like, Ewan McGregor or Chris Pine, I think that's too big. I think, because I think it's going to be a Jon Stewart thing that like you're driving Stewart on as like the main, so you don't want to pull
focus.
And so I think if you have Chris Pine as Hal Jordan, everyone's going to be like, why is he not in the Justice League? That's Chris Pine, you put him in the Justice League movie. Whereas I think there's like a really cool balance where Kyle Chandler's an amazing actor, lots of Emmys to his name, lots of Emmy nominations to his name, and then you're like, you be the Hal Jordan, and we then can drive a young Jon Stewart as well.
Yeah, I think that's the best combo to find. And I'm really interested to see who they cast as Jon Stewart.
Michael B. Jordan?
I think he might be too old.
Oh, he is,
doing the Kyle Chandler thing.
We have to kind of keep up with the trend of we cast Michael B. Jordan for every role ever.
There is, I'm going to find his name. He's in, I don't know if you've seen Ted Lasso, but he plays Sam, Toheeb Jimo. He plays Sam in Ted Lasso. And if he like bulked up a bit, I think he'd be a really good Jon Stewart.
I think you've recommended him before.
I think I have, because he's just a great actor and a nice, friendly man, which kind of
love
fits.
A nice, friendly man. I love when like a nice human just does good stuff. Did you see Lamorne Morris won the Emmy last week?
Yeah, retroactively for New Girl.
For New Girl, they gave it to him for New Girl, and he won it for a drama, and everyone was just like, I didn't know you could do drama. Watch New Girl. This is our weekly shout out to watch New Girl.
Everyone watching it. We started it again. We just put it back on from season 1.
Start it back on again.
It's just fantastic.
Coach is in that first one. He's gonna leave season episode 2.
I wonder if we'll ever see Coach again.
So Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and they are going to be doing a Wuthering Heights movie, another one. And not only are they doing a Wuthering Heights movie, they've cast Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi to lead it.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, why are we talking about the Wuthering Heights movie?
Mostly because Jacob Elordi was cast in the role that he probably shouldn't be cast in.
Oh, is he not? I don't know anything about Wuthering Heights. I'm really sorry. I'm going to be useless for most of this story.
It's the issue is that it's very much they cast the two of them because they're big names rather than they don't fit the character that they will be playing in the role.
Is Heathcliff one of them?
Yes, and I do think Dev Patel should have been cast in this movie, but they were cowards.
I see.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. I think Dev Patel in this movie, you would make a fortune and kill it. But Jacob Elordi bigger name, so they've got him and Margot Robbie.
I think Dev Patel has audience appeal.
He has an Oscar, doesn't he?
Yeah. Have you seen The Green Knight? Green Knight's fantastic.
Yes, it's so good.
It's really good, right?
Yes. I just wanted to touch on that because I was like, guys, stop casting. Yeah, it very much reminded me of Scarlett Johansson getting cast
in fucking Ghost in the Shell.
Yes. It's one of those where it's like, lads, there's like, Dev Patel is there. He's sitting there.
He's right there. What's Dev Patel up to, do you think?
Give him a rom-com. He never gets a rom-com.
He made Monkey Man this year. That was
the rom-com though. That's John Wick.
Wasn't a rom-com. He's going to be in something called Rabbit Trap. He was in The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. God, he's been in heaps.
I just literally introduced his story to big up Dev Patel.
Honest to God, I love Dev Patel. Rabbit Trap, British psychological horror film, Connor.
Very up Dev Patel street, yeah. He'd kill it in that place.
Yeah, he would. There's opportunities for romance there, you know?
Yeah.
Elijah Wood producing.
Oh. Shout out to Dev. I just want him to have a rom-com at some stage. I know this isn't a rom-com, but you know what I mean. I want him to have, like, he's always just doing the movies weirdly and Hollywood won't touch him. It doesn't make any sense.
2018's The Wedding Guest action thriller. What are we doing, Dev? Get some romance in.
I want him to be 90s Julia Roberts, but like 2020s romance movies.
Wait, About Cherry? Drama film about the porn industry.
So Jacob Elordi is cast. I think also the character's meant to be like 5'10" or so. Jacob Elordi's like 6'7".
It's too big. Too big.
And he's he's got his skin is a different shade.
True. What I will say, Jacob Elordi is playing Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's
That's
Frankenstein.
Good casting. Now that is good casting.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to touch on that. But I have a bad news one for you.
Oh.
James Cameron. Right?
Okay.
And I specifically used this news story just to annoy you. But James Cameron has joined the board of Stability AI, Shaun, the tech firm that works with AI in movies. And so James Cameron has joined it, and he has now come out and he's like, this is the next thing. He said, I've spent my career seeking out emerging technologies that can push the very boundaries of what's possible, all in the service of telling incredible stories. I was at the forefront of CGI.
They gave him $1 billion.
I was at the forefront of CGI 3 decades ago, and now the intersection of generative AI and CGI is the next wave in film, Shaun.
No, it's
Thoughts?
It's not. The more CGI doesn't make a good film.
That is true. That is something that we have found out the hard way.
Yeah, there's numerous examples of that. I'm so tired of the AI because I don't think there's anything in its favour. Like,
do you know what the thing is, right? James Cameron is a weird one because I think most of the time we're cool with James because he's a weirdo who lives in a submarine. He does his Avatar movies, and you're like, you did Terminator 2. Fair fucks to you, James.
Yeah. Great practical effects in Terminator 2, I would say.
Really good, really great director in terms of like probably one of the best directors of all time. Just in terms
he'll
of
go down in history as that, for sure.
As that, absolutely. And he's always at the forefront, and he's always like, we should do this and we should do that. Unreal. And then I read this and I was like, oh, James, James, what are you doing?
It just waters down any faith you have because there's no skill in AI. You can't become good at AI.
Yeah.
Like you're not actually making anything.
And also,
anything
what was the point of the strikes all last year if this is what we're going to do?
Well, that was the thing. That was for writers and stuff. But then the animators and the VFX unions, I don't think they came to resolution on a lot of that kind of stuff.
I think they came to like a basic resolution that AI wouldn't be involved or introduced to take their jobs.
I mean, maybe you'd have to have a certain amount of people and then you get to use an AI like for a bit. I don't know. I don't know the details of any deals. But what I do know is I don't like it.
We're going to be seeing a lot more of this, like, all the time, especially if people like James Cameron get behind it.
Yeah, but if AI or technology was any good, like we you know, we wouldn't have to go to work 5 days a week. We were focusing on entirely the wrong area with it because it's just used to replace human creativity.
Yeah.
And then everything becomes a copy of a copy of a copy.
Did you see the tweet that was, it was about SpongeBob, and it's the episode where the guy makes like hundreds of Krabby Patties, but like he robotically makes them, and then SpongeBob makes one like lovingly, and he's just like, this is so the one that's really good.
Yeah. like, and the other Krabby Patty is like grey on the inside once you bite into it.
Yeah.
Like it's soulless.
It's one of those where we're going to be seeing this a lot more. I don't know how much they paid this man, right? But they must have been laughing when they were like, James Cameron has just agreed to make a public statement saying he loves AI.
Insane move. Like, I don't know, because obviously it can automate some VFX work and take away from what a human has to do. But that human should not lose out on work because of that. Like they will. They will. And it'll be a thing. There's the thing. So I love Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, and Davy Jones specifically. That apparently caused a lot of stress for animators. And then after the fact, because they got the film done and the film looks amazing. And after the fact, it was pointed to as an example of like, oh, but you were able to get this done, so just make that again. And then that became the standard, but you still had the compressed working times and the bad working environments.
And then the times got less and less and less.
Yeah, but they were still expecting more and more and more. And so if AI got which off of a lot of stolen art and things like that, if AI got you 90% of the way, a studio is going to jump at that because art is dead and it's all about money.
I mean, the best example I can give is we reviewed Constantine on the Patreon this month, and we went into that movie thinking, well, this is going to be fine. It's 2005. It's not the greatest movie of all time, but watching it, and like, even we talk about it a lot production-wise, not even the movie, not even the script, the lighting in Constantine.
Shot composition.
It's just genuinely watching it, I was like, this is film, not to sound like a dickhead, but I was like, people are in shadows, there's lights used in scenes to like add drama, and I'm like, this is great. Whereas nowadays, if you've got the big fucking screen behind them, lights from all directions, big green screen behind, everything looks the same.
The Minecraft trailer.
Yeah, so then you get the product, but there's scenes in Constantine that aren't lit very well, but there's scenes that are lit 10 times better because a human did both of them. So you can see the effort in the finished image. Like, I like watching a film and going, how did they do that? Yeah, that's the best.
And I don't do that anymore.
I'm like, well, it's on a big fucking screen. It's on what's the big screen thing they have?
The volume.
It's on the big volume, and they have a load of lights on it, and everything's grand. But yeah, I like the messiness. I think I just prefer that, and I don't know. And as we get cleaner and cleaner, I think a lot of people are like, I actually miss when movies they had a scene that was kind of shit, but then there was another scene that was amazing. That looked really cool.
A lot of Alien looks like shit, but you remember the chest burster.
Yeah, because it was like they fucking worked on that. There's humans that did stuff.
Jurassic Park, a lot of those are just animatronic dinosaurs. And someone sold their soul to make it look that good.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, if you can make it 50% easier on the people doing it, because the VFX people they probably do deserve. They've been fucked over by the studios, not by AI.
Yeah.
Because the studios, like, instead of doing it in 6 months, do it in 2 weeks. That's not AI's fault. That's the studio being like, this is what we want, and we're not going to pay you any more.
That's the thing. It feels like studios see them as consumables. Like, oh, we'll just get another one in after this one quits because of a bad working environment.
Basically, this is all to say we're disappointed in James Cameron. That's But who are we? We're two fucking idiots. I just, especially after watching Constantine, I was just like, bring back flaws. Bring back some shitty fucking scenes, some flaws.
The human touch. Constantine has texture in it.
There's some it's real. It's
real. It's tangible. It's like
tangible. We're going to finish off with a little trailer, Shaun, that I wanted to talk about, and that is Gladiator 2. It has a new trailer. The last one technically is a teaser trailer.
That last one could have been the only trailer and I would have been happy.
It would have been fine. This trailer, by the way, I feel like a lot stronger of a trailer, although we kind of liked the last trailer as well. The music choice was very funny. I really enjoyed it. I don't know how you felt. But
funny is the word.
Shaun, Gladiator 2, the new trailer. What do you think of Mr. Mescal bleeding, sweating, battling Pedro Pascal? Ridley Scott's coming in.
Paul's killing it, isn't he? Like,
he's killing it.
It's so good. What I would like, some of this movie seems a little bit. So the whole movie seems unnecessary. All movies are unnecessary. That's fine.
Looks good though, doesn't it?
Looks fucking great though.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot. Looks like a spectacle, which is all I'm going in for with a Gladiator movie. And I don't care about Maximus.
When I was watching it, I just have my first 2 notes are Denzel is gonna fucking kill it in this movie, and then underneath I just have Paul is gonna kill it in this movie.
Yeah, they're doing some acting, man.
Like Denzel starts this trailer, his accent coming in, and like he's setting it all up, and you just get hyped. You're just like, yeah. I don't even like Gladiator, the first movie. I'm like, that's a good movie. It's not one of my favourites, but it's a fucking excellent film. And I was watching this like, yeah, Denzel, overthrow the fucking government, and you're definitely going to be evil too. But fucking Paul Mescal's going to fuck shit up.
I feel like this whole thing is probably like a power corrupts kind of story.
Yeah.
It's wild seeing, because Paul Mescal looks feral in some scenes in this.
Yeah.
He looks insane.
Just
and then like
shout out to Paul. Shout out to the lad.
Shout out to Paul. But then like comparing that to like After Sun, and I'm like, oh, this is the same man somehow.
Like Paul is one of our lads that we get to cover here. Now, if you don't know who the lads are, there's Paul, there's Barry, there's Saoirse Ronan, Colin Farrell, and Fassbender is kind of in the lads. We just really like them. It's just
Io Edebiri is in there as well.
She's part of the lads, yeah.
She's one of the lads.
It's not gender specific. It's just the lads. It's the crew.
Genuinely, I use lads as a general gender neutral term.
Yeah, it's just a situation where they're all from around here, and you gotta love it. And the idea that there's somebody from where I'm from starring Gladiator 2 as the main character is the
across
strangest.
From Denzel Washington.
It's a ridiculous concept, but at the same time you're like, yes, Paul, fucking do it for us. Come on, let's do this. I have written here, this is a proper dad movie.
Yeah.
This is the most dad movie trailer I could see, in that your dad's watching this, arms crossed in the middle of the doorway, like, what the fuck is this? This is great.
Yeah. This might make a dad sit down. It's that good of a movie.
It's that good. The first one, Gladiator, proper dad movie. Second one, even the vibes in this, proper dad movie. Also, has the boats in the water in the Colosseum, so I assume you're all about that.
Fully on board. They're boarding a ship in a Colosseum.
Yeah,
it's insane. I will say, I don't know if it's just me, but I can only see Pedro Pascal as Pedro Pascal. I can't now. Maybe I need to sit with him in the movie or something like that. But I was just like, oh, Pedro Pascal is dressed as a Roman. You know,
he does look very similar to most of his other lead actors' roles.
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 trailer came out though. That looks unreal. If you haven't seen that,
looks really good.
That looks great. He looks different than that.
He does.
I think it's just because it's classic Pedro. Like, it's the same look.
Yeah, I think that's a default kind of Pedro behaviour. I think he looks basically the same as Mr. Fantastic as well.
But I would also say Denzel always plays Denzel, so is that a bad thing?
But somehow with Denzel, he always becomes the character. So I think he just makes the character Denzel. It's what it is.
Denzel ain't changing for nobody. He's like,
no.
The character talk like me, right?
Whereas Pedro Pascal, maybe it's because the oversaturation of Pedro Pascal in the last 2 or 3 years. But
I mean, I think he's going to be great in this, though. I mean, I think he's going to be really, really great. I think the fight scenes with him and Mescal are going to be unreal. Denzel's going to really bring it. I can't wait for the movie. It's going to be. It feels like an event. It feels like just an event movie, and like Ridley Scott has gone all in again, which you gotta love when Ridley goes insane. Like, let's
November
do this.
22nd, it's coming out, I believe. So probably on streaming by Christmas.
Yeah. It's going to be the Christmas Day movie that you watch.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
Big time. Okay, so Shaun, that is it for the movie news, which means it's time for the Weird News jingle. The greatest jingle of all time.
Thanks,
absolutely
bud.
Fantastic. Never forgotten.
I appreciate the sincerity in that statement. That means a lot to me.
I listen to it every week, every day, on my way to work, on my way home, non-stop. It's the soundtrack of my life.
Some other songs, if that's okay.
No, I only listen to uncopyrighted music.
Oh, right. Fair enough. So, no Fleetwood Mac for you.
So Shaun, it is weird news. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been holding it together for 40 minutes but is probably going to go insane in the next 40.
I'll be honest with you, he might go asleep and insane.
Sleepy boy. I am a sleepy boy.
You get sleepy by the time weird news
I'm doing some yawns every so often, folks. I'm just in from work. No, I'm not finished. I'm just in from work. I didn't sleep great. I'll call that out right now. Stayed up late last night. Was painting Warhammer. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Connor, you were saying.
Let me finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
Don't cut off my mic.
So Shaun, we are going to start weird news this week in where we talk a lot about hauntings. We talk a lot about creepiness. We talk a lot about ghosts and weird news here.
Ghosts, ghouls, goblins.
Ghouls and goblins. And it's one of those things where we talk about it so often that this week paranormal investigators came out with their key 5 signs that your home might be haunted. And I thought weird news is the perfect place to let everyone know, because obviously this is a serious situation.
Like, you need to be aware of these things. Like, it's like what to do in a tornado. You know, this is
5 key things to do in a tornado. Shaun, please, quick, list them out.
Okay, you want to hold up a big flag so that they can find you. Number 2, stand under a big tree. Number 3, put all of your glasses and cutlery and plates out in the open so they don't fall out of the press and get damaged. Number 4, light a few candles just to keep things warm and lit in the house.
Go take it.
Then number 5, stop, drop and roll just in case one of the candles catches you on fire.
Yeah, and then also one of the glasses flies and cuts you, and then you get set on fire.
That's possible?
What? There's going to be wind.
Oh no. So can I guess one of the things like coldness in the room? Is that a sign of a haunting?
That is actually the very, very first one. Yes, Shaun. So these are the presenters of Help, My House is Haunted. That is Barry Guy and Jane Harris. Now, I have seen some clips from Help, My House is Haunted, and it's boys, scary stuff, Shaun.
Are you okay? Do you need to talk about it?
I look, I would off mic prefer, because it gets a bit serious. It's very deep.
Take as long as you need.
Because they go into some home, Shaun, and it is definitely haunted. Like, you know how it's all it's all in darkness, and there's always a little girl, and they have that little machine that tells them that there's people talking to them, telling them to fuck off out of their home. It's always weird. And I was creeped out. And so they clearly know what they're talking about. We talk about ghosts here a lot. It's important that people know. So the 5 key things to look out for to find out if your home is haunted. Think about your home. It could be haunted. Please keep these in mind. Temperature changes, Shaun. Investigator and technical expert Guy explains that this is a common sign or symptom of a haunting. People have inexplicable cold spots around their home, regardless of how much heating is on or whether doors or windows are closed. So, now, do you have a cold house? Ghost. There you go.
I do, but I don't turn on the heating very often, you see.
Price of it these days.
Oh, you can't. Oh, you'd be mad. That's the real scary thing.
The ghost gotcha.
At least it'd be a bit of fun, you know?
Temperature. Let's see how many of these relate to you, Shaun. Okay,
hang on. So temperature change, that could just be a little crack in a wall that you don't quite see. You know, under the baseboards is a common one that you'll get those. So I'll keep an eye out, but I'm not saying it's a certainty of a haunt.
I haven't convinced you.
No, not yet. Not quite yet.
The unexplained. Historian and psychologist Harris advises keeping an ear and an eye out for the little unexplained things in your home, Shaun. Now, this is another one.
Unexplained.
Typically, we all know which floorboards or steps in our home creak when we step on them. So if you hear that squeak while you're not there, you know that's unexplained. You know that there's something there. She says, go with your gut instinct. Look out for the little things. Often people will find things go missing or things move. And they'll find them in places where they know that they've looked, Shaun. So, there you go.
Okay. I want to believe in ghosts more than anyone, by the way. But I need actual evidence. Now,
I've given you 2 rock solid signs here.
I'm a man with ADHD. Shit ends up everywhere and I figure it out later. Okay? As for the creaky floorboards, all houses in Ireland grow and shrink so much during the day because we have 14 different weather patterns an hour.
Okay, so the first 2 haven't convinced you.
No, I'm sorry. Again, this isn't your fault. You're just presenting information.
Yeah, but I also believe.
No, and more power to you, okay? I'm kind of better than you.
Number 3, the feeling of being watched. Sometimes people walk around their own homes even though it's their stuff. They feel like they're trespassing and then they feel that they have eyes on them. In this case, he says to trust yourself because the human body is the best paranormal detector.
That's interesting. Like, as humans, we would have evolved to, notice small differences that might mean we were being looked at by a predator. Now, I've never felt watched in my own home, I don't think. So maybe
that's good for me. That's good that you haven't felt
Wait,
that.
What? Oh no.
I'm in your floorboards right now.
Ah, good. That's why the audio
draft, actually. I get that sealed up.
There's a tornado coming.
Why's all this loose glass?
Don't worry about it. No, I mean, but you can just feel that sometimes, can't you? Like, No, we're not going here.
Sure.
Sometimes,
yes,
I'll imagine there's a camera on me, but like in a game, and like not like someone watching me, just like a third person, and I'd be like, "What would this look like in third?"
Show.
Not a Truman Show. No one's watching it. It's as if I'm like, "Oh, how would this look in third person?" And then I move according. I don't know. I can't describe it. I don't do it all the time.
You're playing The Sims, but you're alive.
Yeah, That's that kind of thing.
See, you said obviously.
Yeah, you
perfect.
figured it out. No. I didn't have the words for it, but now,
Let's go back.
Oh no, we don't have to. Let's move on.
Why are you playing The Sims with yourself? It's your life. You don't have to.
But I'm doing things. But I'm just if I'm doing mindless stuff, I'll just look at it from a different angle in my brain.
What do you mean?
If I'm washing dishes, I'm just standing there washing dishes.
Yeah. So you like zone out to the point that you're looking at yourself washing dishes.
Yeah, but I'm not like, it's not like I actually see it. I'm imagining it because I think it would look more interesting from another angle.
And then you try and change your actions to make them more interesting?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, I'll put it into the press with a little flourish or something like that.
You open the cupboard, just like flip the glass around, just pull it in, just move on.
Then it cuts to a shot from the cupboard's point of view.
Oh, of course, perfect. If you putting it in,
yeah.
So when you're driving, you're like, this would look really cool if I veered. Fast and the Furious, this.
I'm looking at it from a police helicopter now. This is great.
Just weaving in and out of traffic. I bet this looks fucking cool from up there.
It's just something to keep myself entertained.
Just to keep yourself entertained.
I'm never bored, I don't think.
I think you could have a lot of fun with yourself, yeah.
Yeah. Let's phrase it like that. That's fine.
Yeah, let's phrase it like, well, because it's good, because nobody else wants, well,
I've got a lot of friends.
Yeah, well, that's you say that, but you didn't say it confidently, is what I would say.
I present company excluded, of course.
By friends, you mean people who watch your stream.
Oh, you mean my friend Chat? Yeah.
ChatGPT. No way to me, so obviously we now have feeling of being watched, which we now know, Shaun, that you also have that.
I think I just do that to myself. I just haunt myself.
I think you are making your own hauntings. Corner of the eye spots. Harris says, while we are very perceptive, we'll often just try and explain things away. So if you're sat and watching the TV one night and you think you've just seen someone walk past a door, a lot of people will say, that's nothing. But if it happens again on a separate occasion, it could be something. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. You know your house. You know when things don't quite feel right.
So that could just be shadows and things like that, though, right? Just like the sun setting and casting a shadow. A car going past the house and shining through the windows. That could affect things
so
like
far
that.
we have, if it gets cold, if things start moving, if it's a bit cold, and also if the floors start creaking in the places that they creak but you're not there, then the feeling of being watched, and then shadows walking around. So if you have 4 of them, you are haunted, just to let you know. But the 5th one is anomalous sounds, which in other words, noises.
Weird noises in the house.
Says this one crops up time and time again, where he sees people talking about whispering and chatting to actual spoken words, or in more sinister cases, someone whose voice is similar to you, or familiar to you, we should say. It's that mimicking sound. So your mom calling your name, but your mom's not there.
Okay. That is weird if you hear that. I'm not denying it.
So I've given you the big 5. Now we know what to look out for. Shaun, do you feel safer? Do you like think now I will know a haunting when I see one? If I had evidence
of a haunting, I think I'd come to that conclusion relatively quickly. Like, I think I'm at a point where I'd be like, oh, it's probably a ghost. And that makes sense. You tell this to
the camera?
Yeah. So, guys, what I was saying.
So what I'm trying to say to you guys is it's probably a ghost, just to let you know.
Like, it's I mean, it's good to know the 5. There's got to be other more obvious ones, though. Like, what if... Okay. It depends on the type of ghost. What if it's a poltergeist? Getting shit thrown around the room.
Shaun, even better. Now I would like you to create your list of things to look out for if you're being haunted. Well, because you are my expert in all things hauntings.
Things being thrown around the room, clear evidence of a haunting. Someone being possessed.
Floating. We've just watched, actually, obviously we've watched Constantine. So... like, we know what to look out for. So, Shaun, you've got people being possessed, floating about the place. Maybe if your mother, 67 years old, she can't really walk anymore, she starts crawling around on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I think at that point you got to start asking questions about maybe there's some possessing going on.
There's ghosts. There could be ghosts there, absolutely. Something like something that I would have expected to be mentioned there but wasn't is like electrical interference. You know?
Oh.
Things start flickering on the regular. You know?
Yeah. Now, it might mean that bulb is just going out, but it also could mean that there is a ghost ready to kill you.
Those are the only 2 options it could be, though. So,
yeah.
And if you change the bulb and then it keeps happening, could just be faulty wiring.
And your mother's I get your mother to change the bulb while she's on the ceiling.
While you're up, while you're up there.
Ma, I know your head is doing a 360 currently, but while you're up there, you can see everywhere. Could you just pop that little bulb in there while you're there?
And then it keeps flickering, and you're like, right, ma'am, I think something's going on here.
You're like, I'm getting a bad feeling, ma. Come down there now, we'll have to call the fucking ghost police.
The ghost police. What are the ghost police, Connor?
The Ghostbusters.
Right. They're more of an extermination squad than police.
Is there an actual ghost police? You'd probably make... There definitely is. If I went to Facebook and I typed ghost police...
Oh, of course.
There's 100% going to be a group called the Ghost Police.
Do you think... Say you're alone in the house for 2 weeks, right?
Right.
And you start hearing weird noises. There's floorboards creaking. You start hearing people calling names, but you know those people aren't there. Do you think there's any part of you that would implement like a home solution for getting rid, like salt around the doors or something like that? Do you think there's any bit of you that would consider doing that?
No.
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 Really?
See, we're very different because I know for a fact you would create like a circle of salt and make like the devil sign and then have a load of candles around and start doing some chanting. Just
in case. Just because it can't hurt.
I'd be just playing Baldur's Gate. Honestly,
you're just happy.
I'm just like, do you want to play 2-player Ghost? So down there now, I'll get you a fucking sword.
It's me. You've killed me just so we can play Baldur's Gate the whole time.
Oh, that would be my nightmare.
No, I promise. If I come back as a ghost, I will haunt only you.
Just us hanging out.
Yeah, well, we can't record the podcast anymore. Unless the mic can pick me up.
No, it would be really sad. We would record it, but only people could hear my side.
Oh, you're God. Like, guys, Shaun just said...
Shaun said a fucking... Actually, no, he didn't say funny bit, but...
He nearly fucking complimented me.
It wouldn't be like him. He waited until he was dead before he became funny. But he started...
Unless we did like a Ouija board and like... Or I possessed you whenever I wanted to talk.
Me on the Ouija board going, he said you're 74. The number 74.
It's just numbers.
It's just me saying things and then be like, 63. He said...
I was going to say 63 just now.
That's so weird.
That's wild.
So weird. Oh my God. Oh, fuck, I've been possessed.
Yeah, it's happening already.
Quick look at the camera. That was a good one, wasn't it?
See how I spooked him there, guys? Everyone's going to think I'm a fucking lunatic, as usual.
What do you mean? Now they've taught that for ages.
I don't know.
Years.
I'm not... I need you to know, I don't put any of this on. This isn't a bit.
I know.
I'm just like this.
Your hair is currently blue.
We weren't going to tell him that.
It's so funny hearing you being like, I'm not normally like this. I'm absolutely fine. Just like, I talk to cameras and his hair is currently blue.
It's Caribbean turquoise.
It's very blue. It's incredible, like more blue than most people's hair.
It's on the blue side of green, I will say.
It's a few shades lower than Ninja that time that he was blue, but it's still pretty blue.
It's pretty blue. It's going to fade to a little green, do a Beast Boy costume. It'll be great.
When we got on the call, I gotta tell you. So I knew Shaun had dyed his hair blue, and before I jumped on, I was thought, is it funnier if I don't say anything? Like,
and it would have been.
Is it funnier if I just literally go, how's your day? What's going on? Yeah, how's life? Yeah, we have like a 5-minute chat. We do the whole show. At the end of it, just go, all right, talk to Laura. And just not say anything. And but I knew psychologically that would damage him to the point that he would think about it all, like for at least a week.
At least a week, but it would ruin this recording because it's all I would be thinking about. Because I'm not going to be the guy who's like, oh, you see my hair's blue? Aren't I cool? No.
And there was one half of me that was like, this will be really funny, but then the other half of me knows you so well and is like, he might be on like he might have a breakdown if I don't say anything, because he'll be like, did he like it or did he not like it? Why was he not saying anything? Is it weirder if he doesn't say anything?
I will say we had a meeting in work today and no one addressed it until the end of the meeting.
Proud of them.
But I don't know if that... I think it was like a corporate, like, oh, you can't comment on someone's appearance kind of thing.
You needed one person to be like, what the fuck's the hair?
What's going on there? What did you do?
Everyone's like trying to be like really welcoming and understanding. And you're just like, you're the guy who's like, someone say something about my hair.
Please someone say something, because I'm not saying anything.
Someone should say something, because if they don't, what am I going to do? I've done this for nothing.
why'd you wait till weird news to talk about the blue hair, by the way? Why didn't it make the movie section of the show?
What does it have to do with movies?
Avatar? That's blue. Fuck. I ghosted, lads. I really messed up there.
I think you answered your own question. Why did you wait till the weird section of the show to talk about my dyed blue hair?
Out of the ordinary, I grant you. But I like
fantastic.
It. Thanks, bud.
It looks fantastic. It just, you kind of ruin your own argument by being like, I am normal, I swear. Like, I'm not weird. I only talk to cameras and my hair is blue.
I don't talk to the cameras. Nah, we're not doing this. It's
you
fine.
put glasses in a cupboard with a flourish after washing up.
It makes it more fun. Like, what do?
I live a life of sadness. Just constant.
Gotta expand your view. I'm going to start changing the frame rate from now on. That'll be... So, you know, that's a lot of laughing coming from a man at 12 frames per second right now.
I won't even know.
No, but I will.
It's just the point of it. You need to slow me down enough that I can still make sense, but simultaneously it does sound like I'm incredibly drunk.
Yeah. I can do that in audio. That'll be fine. If I really cared, I would do it through this little conversation as a bit. But not happening.
No, I mean, I know you're not going to put in that effort.
Listeners,
so I'll call
use your imagination, okay? Look at yourself from a different point of view.
Imagine the next jingle that we're about to play. Imagine in your own fucking head, because I'm not fucking playing it.
Hang on, this could work for us. And next Monday, just imagine a whole podcast. Now we're sorted. You know, huh?
Imagine sometimes we say some things. I say, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Shaun says a few bits. And then we go home. It's grand.
Go home. Read the news and imagine what we'd say about it. There you go. That's all you need.
Oh, pretty good.
Patreon.com.
Patreon. Just we stopped doing shows. We're like, guys, just seriously go to the Patreon though.
Just go to the Patreon, please.
It really helps support the show.
Helps keep the show going.
Just imagine us, and also like just imagine us doing this show and pitching Patreon. That's all you need to do.
Oh yeah. And imagine rewards on Patreon as well while you're at it.
We've actually done 32 shows on the Patreon this month.
That's
now,
huge.
You just have to imagine 31 of them. But
but
32nd is Constantine.
You're a creative bunch. You'll be able for that.
Make it up. What are we, your dads? Sean, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and why I started with the Hauntings is because man who heard haunted painting crying and moaning explains why he refuses to sell it.
Is this a painting of him that gets older in his place?
No, I think you're thinking of a very specific old story that is not this man.
The Portrait of Dorian Gray, of course.
Titled The Anguished Man, the creepy picture features the face of a man in extreme distress, mouth wide open, eyes which appear to be black holes threatening to swallow you whole, an uneasy feeling from looking at the image.
Uneasy.
It is very uneasy. While the painting itself may not be the most disturbing thing you've ever laid your eyes on, the story behind it certainly is. Sean, the creator of The Anguished Man is unknown. However, its current owner, Sean Robinson, claims that he inherited the piece from his grandmother, who in turn told him the original painter had mixed his own blood into the portrait before taking his own life.
Gee, okay, if something was ever going to be cursed and haunted, it's that.
Yeah. It definitely increases the creepy factor, is what I would say.
Yeah, 100%. It's a cool looking painting, I will say. But
so he says, I'm a believer now. There's definitely something wrong with that painting. The fact that he used his own blood, that's weird. It might be that it was some sort of ritual. I believe it may be a self-portrait. So, Sean, he also is like, he's heard crying and moaning in his house, as well as seeing the figure of a man lurking in the shadows. Says nothing about the temperature and they're being watched. So, haven't seen all of them.
We're only 3 out of 5 so far. So it's not technically
at this
a legit
point,
haunting.
no ghost.
No ghost at all. I don't know if I would be comfortable having something like that in my house. I think it's
cool. What are you talking about? It's just a photo. It's just a painting.
Is it the actual painting, or is it like a print of the painting?
I'm assuming it's a print. Surely it can't be
if
the
it's a print, go fuck yourself.
Well, look, okay, let's say, for example, it is the actual photo, or I keep saying photo, but the picture.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't go with the decor, first of all. And then second, I don't know if I would want it in the house, genuinely. I think it's a little beyond for me.
Yeah. Now, he does say he has no desire to sell the object.
Right.
He says he doesn't want to sell it, but it does scream in the middle of the night, and he thinks his house is haunted because of it, but he won't sell it. Now, I think if you thought all that, regardless of if it's true or not, but perception, I think, is normally the truth. So if he believes it to be true, then it is true to him. So if he's thinking, okay, well, this is a haunted thing, it haunts my house is now haunted, and he's still like, I won't sell it, at a certain point it is his fault.
Oh yeah, like he's letting himself be haunted at that point. A painting is very easy to get rid of.
He says that the original, by the way, it is the original. He says that any of the anguished men that he sees online are frauds, and that he has the original. He says it does not. He says it's not wise for anyone else to lay their hands on the painting because it is really active and really strange things happen for people who are in the same room or even in the same house as the thing.
What strange things? Does he name any of them at all?
He doesn't. Vague.
Keep it vague.
Generic. Just vague. Just weird stuff.
The more you know, the more danger you're in, of course.
Exactly. So he's actually being a hero because he's like, I won't let this fall into anyone else's hands because otherwise they'll probably die. And I don't want to be responsible for that.
Gotta respect the man. Like, he knows how to protect life. Okay. What would you do with this painting? If it came into your possession, this man dies, natural causes, old age, happy life.
Yeah, he's 107.
107. Just a menagerie of wives and a big house. Like he
died of exhaustion.
And you fill in the blanks. But he's a big fan of the show, and he leaves this painting to you specifically in the will.
Yeah.
What do you do? You can do whatever you want with it. That's stipulated in the will, but you have to take it and keep it for a night, and then you can do what you want with it.
Okay. I will say that the first question is, how much is it worth?
I can try and get a valuation on it, but I mean, I don't think he'd be thrilled.
I mean, the answer is sell it, surely.
True. But okay, how do you sell it? Can you sell this? It's full of blood.
People buy anything online. You stick that up on Amazon or eBay. People are definitely buying that.
Anguished man value. You could own the artwork for £1,500, apparently. Seems low.
It does seem pretty low for a haunted photo or painting, but at the same time, I'll take £1,500. That's like €1,700.
Yeah, apparently this guy bought it on eBay for $1,500 or something like that.
No, he put it up on eBay. It was It was mistakenly listed on eBay for $1,500. Lots of people bid, and then he took it back down and said it wasn't for sale. So, Shaun, my question to you is, because to me, I'm obviously a believer as a joke, but reality, I would just hang this up and not take anything of it. But Shaun, you in particular, please, you get this photo, and you've got to be with it for one night, and then you can do whatever you want. What are you doing?
I'm sleeping. All that shit we talked about earlier, like salt and things like that, I'm putting that around it. I'm keeping it covered, and then in the morning I'm burning it.
It's worth €1,500.
Any religious leader that wants to come around can bless it before I do so.
Right.
But I want this shit gone. I'm burning the ashes. I'm burying the ashes.
But like, you're after burning money.
I don't care.
What are you talking about? Just sell it to somebody else. It's their problem.
I don't know, because what if it hangs around me? But then that's on my conscience if someone else dies from the painting.
Well, they won't.
How do you know?
Because I know.
I don't know.
Sell them a tub of salt with it or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
No, but I need the salt.
Why do ghosts fear seasoning? Is the real question.
I don't know.
Who made that up?
I think it comes from, vampires and various mythical creatures couldn't cross oceans or running water. So that became like seawater, salt water, and then it just got diluted down to salt.
I just think they can't swim, so we actually kind of missed the point.
It's true. Some of them can fly, which is weird.
I think haunted pictures are, beautiful. I think this man being terrified and simultaneously not selling it, he's living in a life of fear for no reason. Like, he's just like, well, this has ruined my life, but simultaneously I can't get rid of it because, in anyone else's life, it would also be horrible. Do
you remember that painting that someone bought in a charity shop? And they
said it was haunted.
And then they gave it back.
Yeah.
But they wanted more money for it or something like that. That's the scummier version of this story, I think.
He says there's no weird things that happen though, other than shadows around the house.
And screaming.
He apparently hears screaming. Simultaneously, if he does have children, they might just be in trouble.
Well, that's the other thing. Is there screaming individuals around
the child falls down the stairs, starts crying. He's like, the fucking picture
painting again. It strikes again.
At me again. My knee, it says.
But none of this has been verified either. It's just like he was told, the artist mixed his blood and then killed himself.
If, by the way, when I'm an old man,
yeah,
and I have like a painting,
yeah,
and I pass that down to somebody who's in my family, I'm telling them the most fucked up backstory of all time. Like, I am telling them this is the most haunted thing you've ever seen in your life. Like, 70 people died in the making of it, and all of their blood was used in the paint to paint the fucking yoke.
Grandad, it's blue. How did this happen?
They dyed it again. They used Shaun's hair at the time. And it's the most haunted picture of all time. And everyone in our family who's died in the previous centuries has died because of this painting. Regardless if regardless if it was a car accident or maybe an illness or just old age, it was the painting. It was the painting, son.
Anyway, I have to go now.
Anyway, sure, look, I'm 97. I'll head off. I'll talk to you later. I'll leave it here.
God, only 97. You didn't make it to 107 like your man.
Didn't really make it around. Sure, look, if I had a few more shakes, a few more smoothies now, I would have made it.
A few more vitamin capsules, you'd be grand.
Oh, man. Sean, we're going to finish off weird news this week with Florida man who has done the most Florida man thing ever. Florida man brings drugs to beach, then locks self in own trunk.
Oh, how? There's a release on the inside, surely.
This is from Sheriff Deputy Seth Hop. And it was just another day of putting up with Florida man, he said. So he answered a 9:30 p.m. call about a suspicious 1997 Lincoln Continental parked at Sombrero Beach in the Florida Keys. When he arrived, he found every door wide open, except for the trunk, and no one in sight. To top it off, he heard a mysterious sound. As he approached the vehicle, he heard knocking coming from the trunk. Hop called out, ordering the person in the trunk to come out, but things took a turn when 32-year-old Rob Moore couldn't comply with with what he was being asked to do.
Officer, I would love to, believe me.
Do you think this is why I'm stuck here on purpose? He claimed to have been hunting for his lost keys when he somehow managed to fall inside the trunk, which then closed behind him, locking him inside.
I don't think that's possible, Rob.
The good news, Hop popped open the trunk and he freed Moore. The bad news, Moore's keys were still missing, and Deputy Hop spotted a bit of weed and a pipe in the glove box while looking for said keys.
So he actually lost his keys?
He had lost his keys, trapped himself in his own trunk, had to call the police to come get him. They got out, and then he was like, I still can't find my keys. So they help him search, and they immediately find him possessing a load of drugs and drug paraphernalia.
He has weed and a pipe at the beach. He's just having a good time, Connor.
He's having a good time.
It's not like he was selling meth to children.
Also, this news report then goes, here's the kicker. If Moore's car had been just 3 years newer, the entire ordeal wouldn't have happened, as the 2000 Lincoln Continental came with an emergency trunk release.
Was this sponsored by the Lincoln Continental by any chance?
Then they go to the consumer guide for the Lincoln Continental and they explain it all.
Marijuana is legal in Florida if you have a medical license. I'm assuming Rob doesn't have a medical license.
I don't think Rob has the old medical license. Yeah. So Florida man goes to the beach to smoke some weed and maybe look at the waves. Loses his keys. Then tries to find them in his own trunk. Falls into said trunk.
That's some Looney Tunes fucking falling into.
How deep is your trunk that you are fall inside?
How weak is the fucking spring that I can't hold it up?
Falls inside. Hours pass. About 6 or 7 hours. Eventually he has to call the police to come get him because he can't get out of his own trunk.
There has to be a way. Can you put the seats down from in there?
Surely.
I don't think you can get even a 2017 Lincoln Continental. There has to be you have to have a safety way to get out of the trunk.
Not in 97.
Sorry,
different types.
The boot, by the way.
We're saying the boot, but the trunk is American. Yeah, we're just trying to keep it so that everyone understands what we're talking about.
Yeah, the boot is in the back. The bonnet is up the front.
You also said. What'd you say instead of cupboard? You said press.
I did say press earlier, yeah.
So Florida man up to his usual antics. If you think you're having a bad day, this guy just went to smoke some weed and got himself trapped in his trunk. Nobody pushed him. Nobody was around. It was just him.
Just a comedy of errors that led to this man getting arrested.
So I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Shaun.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with a Hero or Zero and next Monday with another episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that in the description. You can also listen to our review of Constantine over there. Even if you're not a Patreon, you get to listen to the first 5 minutes of that for free and just give you a bit of a taste of what it's like. You also get a shout out on the show for being a patron. So thank you goes to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer Enthusiast Evanson, Waffles the Quantum Immortal, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash in Italy Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Gambit's Cajun accent #1 defender, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine would like it to know what number Laika the space dog is. I think I said 3 last week and I think that's still consistent. Russ, we definitely heard the PTSD in Sean's voice when he said party by the river, wild move-Parfitt. Accurate. Jackson Brueheim will be attending Sean's upcoming gum eating intervention. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, The Amazing World of Keza, Mikey, Chairs #1 fan fuck the heckler, Kyle Borowski, Rory, Peter, have I said hedgehog? Hedgehog's a dude, Jones, Jack Markham, Barlow Cheese, Johnny Ray and Hunter Harvard. Thank you all for your support. We really, really appreciate it. Everyone over there is an absolute legend, helps us keep making the show. So if you want to join those people, go over to patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. There is also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @Heroes for Hire pod. 4 is the number 4. Facebook is a technical discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a walk, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
So I've been Conor.
I'm Shaun Meehan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.